Hey Sugar Geeks, Liz here again. Today we're going to be making not one, not two, but 6 really cool, fun, and easy techniques with tempered chocolate. Want to know more? It's coming up next on the Sugar Geek Show. So the first thing we're going to be making is our chocolate spheres. This is one of those projects that I've been wanting to learn for a long time, so I'm super excited to teach you guys how. Make sure you watched my How to Temper Your Chocolate video. The first thing we're going to do is take our tempered chocolate and place it into our polycarbonate chocolate sphere mold. You can definitely use silicone molds or plastic molds, but they're not going to be as shiny as the polycarbonate mold. Link to this product on my blog post. After the molds are all filled up, give your mold a couple of taps, get rid of any air bubbles, wait 30 seconds, and then dump out the excess chocolate. Give it one good scrape with your bench scraper, and then press it onto a piece of parchment paper for 5 to 10 minutes until you can pull away the parchment paper and it's not liquidy anymore. Okay, our chocolate is ready. We're gonna go ahead and give it one more scrape to make them nice and smooth, and then pop them into the fridge for 5 to 10 minutes or until the chocolate pulls away from the mold. If your chocolate is not tempered, it will not pull away from the mold, so make sure you watched my How to Temper Your Chocolate video. Okay, the chocolate is pulling away from the mold. We can go ahead and just carefully lift those out. Look how pretty and shiny they are. These also make great molds for candies. If you want to check that video out, go ahead and follow the link. All right, so now we're gonna glue our spheres together. For that, I've got a nice hot bowl of water here, boiling water, and I'm gonna place a cake pan over the top. And what this is gonna do is just produce just enough heat so that when I place my chocolate spheres over the top, it's gonna melt them just a little bit so I can press them together and just rub away any excess chocolate. Boom, chocolate spheres. Okay, so we are going to color our chocolate spheres with a little bit of Truly Mad Plastics rose gold, which is super pretty. Put about a teaspoon in there, and then just a couple of drops of a grain alcohol. I'm using Everclear. You can use any extract like lemon extract or vodka. You want a nice like watery consistency because we're gonna airbrush this. And you could hand paint it, but it's gonna leave streaks. Okay, so I have my airbrush gun here and rose gold mixed with my Everclear. And I'm going to loosen my needle and pull it out just a little bit. Because if it's all the way in, when I start to spray, it won't come out. I've got my little balls here. I'm gonna put them on some bubble wrap to hopefully try and keep them from flying around too much. Can you believe that's how easy it is to make a chocolate sphere? Like seriously, so cute. I'm gonna like sphere all the things now. Next, we're gonna make a chocolate sail. This is super easy. Just take a small amount of your chocolate and place it onto some parchment paper. Spread it out with your spatula, then use some bag clips, or in my case, backdrop clips, to just kind of crinkle up the bottom edge. Pop that into the refrigerator for 10 minutes. And then it will easily pull away from the paper. You can paint it or you can just splatter it with some rose gold paint like I am. And you can place these spheres on top of the cake with the chocolate sail, and that looks so stinking cute. I love it. This makes a great backdrop for any of your cakes. Super easy, big effect, looks beautiful, and it's delicious. Next, we're gonna be making some fun little chocolate cups. This is one of the first techniques I ever learned how to do in pastry school. It's super easy. For this, you want to use water balloons because they're smaller and they have like a really shiny surface. I'm just gonna dip that straight down into the chocolate, give it a little wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Straight up, just let it drip for a second. Just press that onto some parchment paper and let it cool. This is a regular balloon that's like a party balloon, and this is not ideal to use because you don't want the balloon to be too big, so therefore you can't blow it up very big, and it just doesn't have a very tight surface and it will hold on to the chocolate. So you want to use something that's like a water bomb or a water balloon, and that's going to work the best for this. I'm going to put these into the fridge for 5 minutes. After the chocolate has hardened up, you can just pop the balloons with an X-Acto blade or a pin and then let the balloon just shrink away from the chocolate naturally, and we're ready to go. And that's how you make your little chocolate cups. Aren't they so cute, so delicious? These would be like perfect for like a kid's birthday. Next, we're gonna make some beautiful little chocolate honeycombs. These are super easy and a great way to use bubble wrap to make an awesome texture. You can use big bubble wrap or little bubble wrap, and it'll make the honeycomb larger or smaller. So just smoothing the chocolate out with our spatula, and the thinner you make the chocolate, the more defined the holes will be. I'm just gonna scrape that. It's also more delicate, so it's up to you if you want your holes to be totally see-through or if you just want the indentations there. And then we're gonna shake it a couple times, get that chocolate to settle, and we're gonna put this in the fridge for 5 minutes. Peel off your bubble wrap. So you can see there's some like holes, and then there's some parts that are not fully transparent, but I think that looks really cool because it's kind of like honeycomb. And then you can break this into small pieces and use them as cake toppers or cupcake toppers. And now moving on to my daughter's favorite, the chocolate butterflies. I'm placing about a 1/4 cup of my tempered chocolate into a piping bag, and I've just snipped off the tip. You don't need a piping tip. We're using my butterfly chocolate template. You can download that for free off of the blog post. And I've placed a little piece of acetate over the top. You can tape it down if it feels like it's wiggling a lot. And then I'm just going to pipe along the lines. We're only piping the wings, don't fill in the body quite yet. And I have them in 3 sizes so that when I put them on the cake, it's gonna look a little bit more elegant. You can do whatever sizes you want. And then we're gonna place these into the fridge for 5 minutes. And then take the wings off. Oops, that's broken. Carefully take the wings off the acetate. And then we're going to fold our acetate in half, create a nice crease. And then we're gonna take a nice thick book, open it up to the center somewhere, and put the acetate in the middle. And then we're gonna line up our wings like this. And then you just need a little bit of chocolate. Make the body. And then if you want the wings to be more closed, you can actually put little bowls underneath the book. And then just let that set up for about 5 minutes. So that's how you make some really cute chocolate butterflies. Don't let them fly away unless it's into your mouth because they're delicious. And then lastly, we're gonna make a really cool chocolate bowl. This one's a little bit different than our balloon bowl. It's gonna be like really big, and it's gonna have little drips coming down the side, and it's great for putting ice cream and berries and even little chunks of cake. Makes a really delicious centerpiece for like a summer barbecue. Okay, about a 1/2 cup of my tempered chocolate into my piping bag. And then I'm gonna take my balloon and place it on top of a small cup or a bowl or just something to keep it stable. Then I'm gonna place a piece of plastic wrap over the top of the balloon. Doesn't matter what kind of balloon it is in this case, because we're using plastic wrap. Okay, so now we're just gonna pipe some chocolate on top, and then we're gonna make some drips go down. I'm just gonna tap this a couple times without knocking it over. And that just kind of helps smooth out any of the bumps. Okay, into the fridge for 5 minutes. Once the chocolate is set, you can go ahead and pop the balloon and let it pull away from the plastic wrap, and then just gently pull the plastic wrap away from the chocolate, and now we're ready to use our yummy chocolate bowl. So cute, like I cannot get over how beautiful that looks. So now that you've made all of the chocolate things, you're probably exhausted because I know I am. But seriously, how fun are those? They look super impressive. They're delicious. Trust me, that was really good. It's a terrible job I have. See you next week, guys. Bye.